Good morning, everyone. How are you? I hope you are in the pink of health. So, for our lesson today, we are going to be taking a look at Unit 6 Sports Star. So, this lesson is based on your CFR English Plus 1 textbook on page 69. Before we go through our lesson for today, we shall go through the framework for today's lesson. So, first, we are going to be reading a text about a profile of a famous sports star. Second, we will be identifying several mistakes from the sentence. And then we are going to attempt to complete the key phrases. And lastly, we shall complete another profile of a famous sports star. Okay, now then, um, before we talk further about the sports star that we are going to be learning for today, I need you to guess the sports star through this simple guessing activity. So the clues are: first, he's from Jamaica; second, he's an 8-time Olympian gold medalist; and third, he's the fastest man in the world. So, how is it? I hope you guys are able to guess this sports star. So you have about 3 minutes to guess the sports star. So the answer is Usain Bolt. So congratulations for those who managed to guess the sports star correctly. Okay, now we shall identify the mistakes. So this is one of the activities that we are going to be doing for today. Okay, so before that, let us read the text. Usain Bolt's full name is Usain Saint Leo Bolt, and he is an athlete from Jamaica. He was born on 21st August 1986 in a small town in Jamaica called Sherwood Content, and he now lives in Kingston. Bolt first competed in sprint races when he was at school, and at the age of 16, he was the youngest ever world junior champion for 200 meters. He continued to win competitions and then turned professional in 2004. Bolt first broke a world record in a 100-meter race in May 2008, and after that, he broke more records in 100 and 200-meter races. He also won gold medals at the Olympics in Beijing and London and became world champion for both the 100 and 200 meters. He's one of the most successful competitors in the history of athletics. Now, after reading the text, let us now proceed to the activity that we are going to be doing, which is identifying the mistakes. So, before that, let me explain to you how we can actually identify the mistakes. So, as you can see now, you are presented with a sentence: He is born on 21st August 1986. So, how do we identify the mistakes? Okay, so the one of the way or uh, so in order for us to identify the mistakes, we need to take a look or pay attention to the time frame. Okay, so what is it? What is time frame, you may ask? Okay, so time frame can be referred to as a phrase. Okay, a phrase that tells you when that sentence or that event is happening. So he is born on 21st August 1986. So we know for the fact that Usain Bolt is born on 21st August 1986. So the phrase 21st August 1986 is our time frame. It specifies when the event took place. Okay? So once we get that out of the way, once we identify the time frame, now we can begin to identify the mistake. So since 21st August 1986 already happened in the past, so the tense that we should be using is supposed to be past tense. Therefore, the mistakes is on the word is. Okay, so the verb is should be replaced or changed to its past simple form was. Why? Because it already happened in the past, so we cannot use is. So it should be, so the correct answer should be he was born on 21st August 1986. And that is how you identify the mistakes. Right. Now it is your time to identify the mistake. So how you are going to be doing this is that um, you will be given a time to choose the correct answer. So for instance, Bolt first competed in sprint races when he was at school. So but once I read out this sentence, you are going to be presented with a question and you will simply need to answer it. Okay? Okay, now we shall begin. Okay. At the age of 16, he is the youngest ever world junior champion for 200 meters. Next, Bolt continued to win and turn professional in 2004. Lastly, Bolt break a world record in 100-meter race in May 2008. Okay, so I hope you guys managed to identify the mistakes correctly. Okay, next we shall proceed to the second activity for today, which is we are going to be completing the key phrases. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Is very simple. First, notice the phrase on your left side here. Okay, his or her full name is blank. So you need to match um, the these phrases on your left with its correct pair on your right side. Okay, so for example, his or her full name is, okay, you need to match it with the correct phrase so that it produce the correct sentence or the correct description about Usain Bolt. Okay, so never mind, I'm going to explain to you how you can identify the answer. One of them is by referring to the text earlier, and the other one is by looking at the keywords. Okay, the keywords for the first phrase, his or her full name is, okay, what is the keyword? The keyword is on the word name. So when we are talking about name, the answer should be the name of the person. So his or her full name is, okay, I hope you are able to get the answer by now. And then at the age of 16, he was, so the keyword again is at the age of 16. So it tells us about his early achievement, age of 16, meaning to say he was uh, back when he was still very young, when Bolt was at the beginning of his career, when he was still very young. So I'm sure you are able to identify the answer by now. And then for the third phrase, he first competed in. The keyword is on the word competed. So competed. It involves what sport he compete. Okay. So the answer for the third phrase or the correct pair should be about the sport that he compete in. And then for the fourth phrase, he was born on, the keyword is on the word born. So born, we usually associate it with the date of our birth. Okay. And lastly, he is one of the ever. Okay. So this one you can already um, identify the answer because this is the last phrase that you are going to need that you need to pair. Okay, so now you will complete this match and pair exercise on your own. Okay. Okay, lastly, we have come to the end of our lesson. So before we end our class, I would like to leave you guys with several tasks to do. So here, I have already prepared a sports star profile, another profile of a famous sports star, which is Cristiano Ronaldo. So what you need to do is first you need to read the text and then you need to fill in the blanks by um, referring to this description of Cristiano Ronaldo in the yellow box. Okay, so once you have done, you will need to submit your work on the Google form. So that is all from me. Thank you very much for your participation, and I will be seeing you in the next lesson.